Hey yo, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Trillis Vlogs back at it again with another video. Today I'm in Lenox Mall asking folks if a plane crashes in between the USA and Mexico, where you gonna bury the survivors? And the question is, but why would you bury a survivor though? But before we get into it, I just want to say that I apologize for the quality of the video because it is super loud in here. And I am still getting over a cold, so yeah, I apologize for that.
You gotta go back that way because football period and stuff like that is back that way. So,
Yeah, we're gonna do that. But did we pass it?
We don't gotta go upstairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did we pass it or something?
No, it's on the side.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, we want it out here. Hey, excuse me, are you guys okay with being in a video? Are you okay with being in a YouTube video? I was gonna ask you one question. Okay, so look, wait, what's your name?
Sophia.
Sophia, what's up? Okay, so my question is, if a plane crashed in between Mexico and the USA, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
USA.
But why would you bury survivors? They live. I was like, you got it.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, so the plane crashed, but there were survivors. So where would you bury the survivors? Why would you bury people who are alive?
I wouldn't bury the survivors.
No problem. Appreciate y'all though. All right, so look, that's two people down, two people that we got, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's a simple question, but everybody seems to miss. What's your name? Ryan, what's up? What's poppin'? So here's my question. If a plane crashes in between Mexico and the USA, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
So what?
If a plane crashes in between the USA and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors? You gotta pick one, either USA or Mexico. But here's the question: why would you bury survivors? They're alive. Don't worry. So look, I got a question for all of y'all. If a plane crashes in between the USA and Mexico, where you gonna bury the survivors?
What? Repeat it again.
If a plane crashes in between the USA and Mexico, where you gonna bury the survivors?
I don't know.
You said USA?
Here's a question, but why would you bury survivors? They're alive.
Oh, shit. Damn.
What's your YouTube channel called?
Trillis Vlogs.
All right, we're gonna follow y'all. That was a good one.
Appreciate it, no problem. I got a question. If a plane crashes in between the USA and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Depends on where they're from.
But you want me? You gotta pick. Just pick one. Just pick one.
America.
But here's another question. Why would you bury survivors? They're alive. Hey, I appreciate you for being a good sport, though. All right. Hey, yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Trillis Vlogs back at it again. Here with the homie. What's your name, bro?
Eli.
Yes, sir. Here with the boy Eli. Yeah, what's up? Hey, Keanu.
Hey,
Eli and
if y'all
Keanu.
haven't already, make sure y'all like and y'all subscribe to this brother.
You see?
We gonna get him famous, all right?
Yes, sir. See this?
gonna
Look,
get
you
him
mess
paid
with
for
these people.
YouTube, okay?
Yeah, I feel you. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Him too.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, we got a couple of questions for y'all if y'all don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so look. If a plane crashed in between Mexico and the United States, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Where am I gonna?
Where are you gonna bury the survivors?
I'm not gonna bury. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
See, listen, no, wait, no, listen. You guys try to give me answers. Where are you gonna bury the survivors? You gonna bury them in Mexico? Or you gonna bury them in the USA?
In Mexico, because when I come back to the USA, wait, am I the one that killed them?
What?
Nah, it's the plane crash. So where are you gonna bury the survivors?
But if I had to choose, it would be Mexico.
So you're gonna bury survivors?
You gonna bury survivors?
You gonna bury survivors, bro?
So,
I think that's murder. I think that's murder.
Listen, if I was to bury some survivors, it will be in Mexico. I bring my ass back to the USA and they can't do shit about it.
Last my ears. Excuse me. Are you guys cool with being in the YouTube video? Okay, I got a question for y'all. If a plane crashes in between USA and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors?
Where am I? What?
Where are you burying the survivors?
Survivor. At sea.
Huh?
At sea.
But why would you bury survivors? They're alive. All right, so look. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors?
Well, I'm burying them.
Yeah,
U.S. and Mexico.
In between U.S.
Damn,
you gotta choose one.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? Where are you gonna bury them?
Probably in fucking Mexico, right? Mexico.
Here's another question though. Why would you bury survivors? They're alive.
Oh, that was a good one.
Okay, so
What's the question first?
oh, the question is, if a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors? Is it cool? Is it cool? Y'all want to be in the video, or y'all don't want me to show your face? Yeah. If a plane crashes in the middle of the U.S. and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors?
It ain't no survivors. It's a plane crash.
No, there are. There are survivors.
You gonna bury them in Atlanta?
But why would you bury survivors? They're alive.
Oh, shit.
All right, so look, I got a question for y'all. So if a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors? He won't. Hey man, I fuck with you. I fuck with you. You first person to get that shit right, bro. That was the first person to get the question right. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was a little surprised. He kind of shocked me when he got it right. I wasn't expecting that. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors? Let me ask the question again. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors? But why would you bury somebody that's alive? They're survivors. They didn't die.
Oh, you just trying to make me feel stupid. I'm high. I don't care.
All right, so look, I got a question for you, homeboy. All right, so look. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Nigga, Mexico. Shit.
But here's the question though. But why would you bury survivors? They're alive. They didn't die.
Hey, subscribe to my YouTube. The border.
They're alive.
Where we gonna bury the
If a plane crashes in between the U.S.A and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
We ain't gonna bury survivors.
I like that. You're the second person who got it right. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
You said what?
Where are you gonna bury the survivors? If the plane crashes between U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury them?
You said where am I gonna get buried at?
No. If a plane crashes
Yeah.
in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Shit, I mean, you gonna be in the water? What's got going on? He asked me a question.
Yeah. So look, the question was, if a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Either.
Where are you gonna bury them at? Between
What we gonna get buried at?
No, where are you gonna bury the survivors? So if they crash, the plane crashed in between the U.S. and Mexico. You're not on the plane. You're not on the plane. Where are you gonna bury the survivors? Which side? You gonna bury them in Mexico or you gonna bury them in USA?
U.S.
But why would you bury somebody that's alive? They're survivors. They didn't die.
Oh, you gotta listen to what we was asking.
What's your name?
Kayla.
Okay. Hey Kayla, what's up? If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
I'm not answering that.
You got to. It's a simple question. Trust me, it's not as bad as you think it is. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, in between both of them, where are you gonna bury the survivors? Where are you?
At the border?
But why would you bury survivors? They're alive.
Oh, a survivor. No. Long day at work.
Wait, what's your name?
Kima.
You?
Jada. Nyla.
What's up? So look, if a plane crashes in between the U.S.A and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
I don't know.
You gotta pick one. Either the U.S.A or Mexico. If it crashes in between there, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Mexico.
But why would you bury survivors though? They are alive. They didn't die. They survived.
Plane crash.
I said, why would you bury the survivors?
Why would you bury survivors?
If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Shit, I'm gonna let God help me survive.
Really, nigga?
Now, where would you bury them though? You're not on the plane. If a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, like dead smack in the middle, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
The U.S. because they're not over the border of the Mexico.
But why would you bury survivors? They're still alive.
Man, leave me alone. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Now, come here real quick. Brace you for one question. One question. All right, so look. All right, so if a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Wait, say what?
If a plane crashes dead smack in the middle of the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors? Where are you gonna bury the survivors? You gotta pick one.
Bury the survivors.
Yeah, where you gonna bury them?
If a plane crash, they're dead. They're all dead.
No. Okay, see, I like it. She got it right. So first of all, what's your name?
Jay.
You.
Ty.
In the back. What's your name?
Treya.
You. You. All right, so look. Yeah, plane crashes in the middle of the U.S.A and Mexico. Where are you gonna bury the survivors? Where are you burying the survivors? Bro?
What? Say the question again.
If a plane crashes dead smack in the middle of the U.S.A and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors?
Where am I what?
Where are you burying the survivors?
Ain't no survivors. The plane crashed. They dead.
There is survivors. No, you're not on the plane. You're not on the plane.
I'm not on the plane.
Yeah, you're not on the plane. If the plane crashes, where are you burying? She got it. You don't bury survivors.
I thought you said Baron.
What?
I think you're okay. You got it.
Okay, so look. If a plane crashes in between the USA and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors? I know you got this one, Mama. Come on. You got it, Mama.
Ask the question again.
If a plane crashes dead in the middle of the USA and Mexico, where are you burying the survivors? You got it, Mama.
You're not gonna bury anybody. They're gonna be burnt up.
No, they're survivors. There are survivors.
Oh, survivors. Duh. Okay, yeah, I'm slow.
Okay, cool.
I'm not cool. What's the video about?
Oh, it's just a question. I'm just gonna ask you one question. You know. Okay, so look. First of all, what's your name? You repeating it?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Okay. Look. So if a plane crashes in between the U.S. and Mexico, where are you gonna bury the survivors? You gotta pick one. Where are you gonna bury the survivors?
Between U.S. and Mexico?
Yeah.
Probably U.S.
But why would you bury survivors? They're still alive.